heard from the minister, and I was talking about that computer worm, right, that everyone is so worried about, conficker. Thomas Keenan is following the worm's progress. He's a professor of computer science at the University of Calgary. I want to thank you, Professor, for your patience, because we were just about to start our conversation. Then we went to this live, but I am interested in this worm. It's the day we expected it to be unleashed. What actually happened?
Well, it still hasn't destroyed the world, Suhana, you know, and basically a good way to think about this is, let's say you came out and saw your car and there was a note on it that said, I have a set of keys to your car. And then maybe scrolled in the dirt on the side is the date April 1st. It's a little bit like that. You know, we know that computers are infected all over the world. We know that somewhere on the planet there are bad people who have the keys to those computers, but they haven't pulled the trigger. Nothing happened at midnight. The power grids kept working. Hospitals kept working. That doesn't mean they won't pull the trigger. If I was going to steal your car, I'd probably come back, in a week or two when you weren't watching it so carefully and take it then.
I'll know it's you then, okay?
Uh-huh.
But so then that means that the threat of this virus really wasn't overblown, because it could still happen down the road when we least expect it.
That's right. I mean, essentially, the whole world is on overtime today watching for it. So the people behind this, we don't know who they are, but a good guess is they want to make some money. They want to use it to steal people's banking information, or maybe they want to send spam or do some other bad thing, hold eBay hostage. If you were going to do that, you wouldn't really do that on the day when all the cops in the world are watching. You'd wait till a nice quiet day, maybe Easter Sunday or something, and then you would pull the trigger. So we still might see bad effects from this. We just don't know when.
We just have to be on our guard. Now, computer experts around the world have been trying to figure out how this worm actually works. What have they found so far? Are you privy to that?
It's very clever. It's been disassembled and decrypted by some of the best minds in the industry. They know that it does a number of things. One of them is that it tries to disable your access to Microsoft and to McAfee, which is a security site. So one quick thing is that if you have a computer that won't go to Microsoft.com, there's a pretty good chance that it's got the conficker worm, because that's one of the side effects. The other thing we know is that they're registering web domains all over the world, including they tried to do some in Canada that could be possible command and control sites for this worm. Because what's going to happen whenever they do pull the trigger, it's reporting in for instructions. All these zombie computers, as they're called, that have been compromised, are asking these sites for instructions. Now, if it was just one site, they go and shut it down. Apparently, as of today, there are 50,000 sites spread around the world, so it's pretty hard for the good guys to figure out where it's going to be getting its instructions from.
Wow. So let's say, here's the situation. I go home, I check my computer, I try to log on to Microsoft.com. I can't get on. That gives me a clue right there. What do? Do I go immediately before I even log on to any of my banking information, or here's my stuff basically? Do I take it out to get cleansed?
You might want to seek professional help at that point. The general advice is keep your Windows completely up to date. Start that little automatic Windows update. Keep your virus software up to date. But if you are infected, there are recovery tools. But we've had an interesting thing where people have been Googling the word conficker on the internet, and a lot of the sites that come up are actually rogue sites. So some people, while they were trying to get rid of the worm, were actually infecting themselves with the worm.
I thought that was really dumb. As soon as I heard anybody talking about a worm, I wouldn't Google it. Because that somewhere in there, I don't know, not that I'm calling, some people would say there are no computer zombies, there are just zombies who use computers. I might be one of them, but I don't want to get hit with this conficker thing. Any other ideas? Anything?
Well, yes. Yeah, you're more sophisticated than most users.
Oh, you're kind.
These little things here, these USB drives, one of the good effects is that we're able to tell people that these can be a problem. If you stuff one of these into a computer with conficker, the worm will jump onto here and infect any other computer you put it in. So as best as you can, disable the auto run feature on computers. You might have to get, a teenager to help you, somebody who's pretty computer savvy, but get someone who knows how to turn off auto run, because otherwise when you put the stick in, if that worm is on there, it's going to jump right into that computer.
Thomas Keenan, always good to have you on the program, whether we're talking worms or not, but I want to thank you for taking the time.
Thank you.